after this episode, like 4 years is a long time. Now, what I see is, as an individual, as a citizen, is, one is the issue is with the college, irrespective whether it's missionary or whatever, religious denomination that it is into, but it keeps happening everywhere. The second is the judiciary part.
Correct.
If the college is not responding, what has the judiciary done? Like last year, very soon, August 5, we will be celebrating removal of Article 370.
Yes.
So the ruling party and the government of the ruling party, BJP, they have a lot of things to cheer. One nation, one flag. One thing which I have written earlier also in my articles, and I keep discussing in private groups when we friends meet, is one nation, one flag is a great achievement. But this is incomplete till such time we have one nation, one flag, one law.
Correct.
Because the law behaves keeping in mind whether the person is influential, whether the person is rich or poor. Till such time, the law doesn't become equal for rich and poor, people who have muscle power or not without any muscle power. This celebration is incomplete. So, coming to the second part is what has UGC done in it? Because the University Grants Commission, they have a major role to play. So, you have any inputs on the UGC side?
You see, one of the most interesting aspect of law, having got a little background of law is normally blind. If you look at the statue of the lady in law, she's blind. So law is primarily a representation of what the individuals who represent a particular case bring forward to the court of law, right? Sometimes the people who are in the wrong and who are in a powerful position tend to have extremely brilliant lawyers with them because they have the money to buy that kind of lawyers, not the law. And the people who are victims, people who are targeted, sometimes the pressure itself of a legal battle, makes it very difficult for them to afford good lawyers because law is again blind. Law is what you interpret out of the law, right? But if a lawyer is able to put the truth out, no matter how corrupt the system is within the ambit of the law available, then you can be able to win that case. As in the case of Bishop Franco Mulakal. For 14 times he thought he was bigger than the laws of India and refused to attend the hearings. Finally, the court caught up with him and has issued a non bailable arrest warrant. So the persistence is important. Law is not completely irreproachable. Many people are bogged down by the fact that maybe law might not be on their side when you're dealing with a powerful person. But the truth is, I think law has always been what you are able to put forward to a person, no matter what the scenarios are and what the dealings are. So I believe in the Mary Rajshekaran case as well. The truth is with her. That's why the law will be with her, because it falls within the failures and the ambits of the law that has been violated. First, if you go by the Vishaka judgment itself, that is meant for a corporate place. So an institution becomes like a corporate setup. One of the petitions we had put forward to the Prime Minister of India, late last year, was a need for the Prime Minister, that is the government in this case, and the various church bodies to have a meeting to set up a committee at a church level to deal with sexual abuse cases at a church level or a church institutional level. It is the same thing that the Pope is also talking about, but they never really got down to implementing it. The point is, when you set up a committee that has got no church influence, but the lay members of that community, doctors and lawyers and successful people, then people will have the confidence to come and tell you about the sexual abuse cases that are there in the institution, and then you will be able to deal with it in the legal manner. The problem is, even today, like in Mary Rajshekaran's case, as well as the nun in Kochi, in the Bishop Franco Mulakal's case, you will realize that every priest is bound by a secret oath that they will never talk about the crimes committed by their fellow priest or within that institution. Because if they do that, and there is a law in the Vatican law that if they ever speak about it, they will be excommunicated. So the institution is becoming bigger than the laws of the country. And that is the problem I have. I'm saying if there is a case of sexual abuse, in the case of Bishop Franco Mulakal, he sodomized her 13 times. I mean, doesn't that even make you think for a moment that this is a woman, she's a nun, she has dedicated her life in service, irrespective of the religion that she belongs to. Nobody has a right to rape and sodomize her. Nobody does. I mean, it's morally wrong. It's downright evil, and that is the problem with these cases. Because when it comes to the Catholic Church, everybody says, "Oh, we must not." And I've been getting calls so many times saying that you have no right to take this issue in public. This is within the community. I said, "Boss, if I were to report on an MLA, you would have come and given me an award. An MLA or an MP, if I went after them for their sexual abuse cases, you will say, 'Well done, Savio.' What is the difference between a Catholic church, the rape committed by a priest in a Catholic church, and a rape committed by a MLA? The act is the same. The law is the same. The crime is the same. What is the difference? So my job has to be the same, right? My job is to report the truth. So whether it's an MP or whether it's a priest, I will report the truth. And that's the problem they'll have to deal with. Unfortunately, people have not understood that even today, crimes of sexual abuse against children, against women, against vulnerable adults are not issues that people talk about because it doesn't affect them. They're happy to comment on every social problem in the world, but they will never comment when it comes to sexual abuse cases of a religious nature because they do not want to upset their religious circle of friends or religious community that they belong to. And that's sad. To me, it does not matter because you can't change my faith.